All right, so our math goal for this lesson is to solve word problems involving adding and subtracting fractions. Notice here that I put down that this is a biggie. Yeah, because this takes everything that we learned so far and puts it all into one lesson. And this is our last lesson before our quick quiz, our next quick quiz, and before our chapter review and chapter test. Okay? All right, so go ahead and write it down in your math notebook, anything you know about solving word problems and adding and subtracting fractions. Okay, so let's take a look at our first word problem. Olivia bought a bag of flour. She used 2 3/4 cups of flour for pizza dough. She used 4 1/3 cups for cookies. If the new bag had 20 cups of flour, how much flour is left? So, how do you think we solve this? Okay, pause the video and see if you can figure it out, then come back to me. All right, so if you said it's a double operation, you are correct, right? Because first of all, we got to find out how much she used. She used 2 3/4 cups for dough and 4 1/3 cups for cookies. So that's how much she used. I need to combine those, right? If I'm combining, I'm adding. So I'm going to have something like this. Okay, so I wrote my addition in parentheses because I have to do that first. It's 2 3/4 plus 4 1/3, and whatever's in parentheses you have to do first. So that's how my equation would look. And then the 20, she had 20 to begin with, and how much is left? So I know that's got to be left means subtraction. So I have 20 minus what she used, and my F is just a variable that stands for flour. Okay, then I would solve like normal. So go ahead and pause the video because you know how to add fractions. Go ahead and add 2 3/4 and 4 1/3 and see what you get. Okay, so I rewrote it vertically. I found my common denominator, skip counted by 4 and by 3, and I found my common denominator of 12. And then I multiplied top and bottom by 4. 3 times 4 is 12, 1 times 4 is 4. And then for this one, I had to multiply by 3 to get to 12. So I put top and bottom by 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus 4 is 13 twelfths. 4 plus 2 is 6. That should be a plus. Now I put a minus there, should be a plus. And then 13 twelfths, so my numerator is bigger, so that means I need to divide. So I know that I'm 1 away from 12, so 1/12, and 1 whole, because 12 out of 12 is 1, and then I need 1 more. So 1 and 1/12, so 6 plus the 1 makes 7, 7 and 1/12. So now I got to go back to this equation over here, and now it tells me that I got to do my 20, right? 20 minus, so now flour is going to equal to 20 minus 7 and 1/12. So go ahead and stop the video and do that. All right, so going ahead and I rewrote it vertically. I did 20 minus 7 and 1/12. I have nothing here, so I got to convert this into a fraction. So I had to borrow 1, that makes it 19. I have 12, so it's 12 out of 12. 12 take away 1 is 11, so 11/12. 19 take away 7 is 12. So she's got 12 cups, 12 and 11/12 cups of flour left. All right, so on the next one, we're going to have to estimate. All right, let's estimate to see if our answer is correct. Okay, so for my estimate, my 20 stays the same, right? Because that's just 20. And then my 2 3/4. Well, 3/4 is almost 1, so the 2 becomes a 3. And then the 4 1/3, it's close to 4 1/2. But I think they wanted us to go down to 4. But anyways, I did 4, I did a half. So then I added together 3 plus 4 1/2, and I got 7 1/2. So then I got 20 minus 7 1/2, and I did it over here, and I got 12 1/2. It's close to 12 and 11/12. I know that this 11/12 is closer to 1 whole, closer to 13. But as your numbers get bigger, it comes a little bit more tricky. Okay, so it's pretty close. So I know my answer is reasonable. Okay, so let's look at our next one. Leah ran 6 1/4 miles on Saturday. This is 1 3/4 more than Chase ran. How far did Chase run? How can we check that our answer is reasonable? So let's not deal with the reasonable one part, just deal with the word problem itself, and then we'll come back to that. So Leah ran 6 1/4 miles on Saturday. This is 1 3/4 more than Chase ran. How far did Chase run? So how can we figure this one out? So stop the video and see if you can figure it out and then come back to me. Okay, so the way I see this, and there's a couple of different ways to look at it, but this is one way. So if Leah ran 6 1/4 miles on Saturday, and this is 1 3 more than Chase ran, so it's 1 3 more than Chase. So I know that Chase has to be something plus the 1 3/4, and that's going to give me what Leah ran, the 6 1/4, right? So if this is adding something plus this is 6 1/4, how can I find what this is? Right, by doing subtraction. So 6 1/4 minus 1 3/4. So go ahead and do that and see what you get. Okay, so hopefully you got 4.5 miles. So I rewrote it. 6 1/4 minus 1 3/4, the same denominator, so I don't have to worry about it, but I have 1, I can't take away 3. So I got to borrow a whole. So I borrowed 1 from the 6, that becomes a 5. So it's 4/4 because it's in fourths. 1 plus 4 is 5, 5/4. 5 take away 3 is 2, 2/4. 5 take away 1 is 4, 4 and 2/4. 2/4 is a half because I can divide the top by 2 and the bottom by 2, and it gives me 1/2, so 4.5 miles. Now, how can we check that our answer is reasonable? So go ahead and see if you can do that. Okay, so my estimate, I got 4 miles. So what I did, 6 1/4. So 1 out of 4 is closer to 0, 1/4 is closer to 0, so it just stays a 6. So 6, and then the 1 3/4, 3 out of 4 is almost a whole, so that would be another 1. So 1 and 1 is 2. So 6 take away 2 is 4. 4 and 4.5, pretty close, right? So that's how I can check that my answer is reasonable. Okay, so you try this one now. Ashley read 1/6 of a book on Monday and 2/5 on Tuesday. What fraction of the book does she still have left to read? So try this one on your own and see what you get and then come back to me. Okay, so did you get 13 out of 30 still left to read? Okay, so what I did is we had to add, right? So she read 1/6 on Monday and 2/5 on Tuesday. So I got to add 1/6 and 2/5. And I did my skip counting and I went out 4 and I still didn't find a common denominator. So then for this instance, I just used the opposite denominator. So I did 6 times 5 is 30. So 30 was my common denominator. I multiplied 6 by both, got 12, multiplied 5 by both, and got 5/30ths, added it together. 12 plus 5 is 17/30ths. Now it says, how much does she still have left to read? So she needs to read a whole book, which would make it a whole, right? So I've read 17 out of 30, but I need to get to a whole. So I took my whole and subtracted 17/30ths. I have nothing here, so I changed my whole to a fraction. So 30 out of 30 is the same thing as my whole. 30 take away 17 is 30, take away 17 is 13. So 13/30. She still has to read 13/30 of her book. All right, try this one. The Holguin family ate 1 3/8 of a pizza. They ate 9/12 of a cheese pizza. The rest was pepperoni. How much pepperoni pizza did they eat? See if you can figure that one out and come back to me. All right, so hopefully you got 5/8 of a pizza. So the way I did this, we ate 1 3/8 of a pizza. So that's how much we had in all. So that's my total. So that's my 1 3/8 here. That's my total. And we ate 9/12 of a cheese pizza, and the rest was pepperoni. So 9/12 plus the pepperoni equals the 1 3/8. So in order to get this, what do I have to do? Subtract. So then I subtracted the 1 3/8 minus the 9/12. I found a common denominator of 24. I did my math. In order to get a 24, I got to multiply top and bottom by 2, gave me 18. In order to get 24 here, I got to multiply top and bottom by 3. 8 times 3 is 24. 3 times 3 is 9. So then I got 9 minus 18, which I can't do. So then I had to borrow one from the whole, which left me with 0. And since there's 24s, my one whole turns into 24 out of 24. I added 9 plus 24 and I got 33 out of 24. So then I did 33 minus 18 and I got 15 over 24. But I didn't stop there, right? Because I thought I could simplify. Can I divide 15 by 2? No. But what I did is I divided top and bottom by 3 because I can divide both the top and the bottom by 3. So 15 divided by 3 is 5, and 24 divided by 3 is 8. So then I got 5/8. Okay, so what I learned. So, what did you learn today? To write down in your math notebook what you learned, proof of learning by solving and doing a problem. Make up your own word problem that either uses addition or subtraction, whether it's one step or two step. Try to make it a two-step word problem. Try to challenge yourself and make it a two-step problem. You can go back through the video and look at my examples and maybe change some of it a little bit around so you can make it work. And then a reflection, how does this connect to our daily world, or a question you still have about this?